Please help, Mom. Can you please allow us to come and stay at your house for a little while? Right now, we are in a bit of a financial pinch.
Huh? Axel? What kind of pinch have you gotten yourselves into that you need to be coming to me for?
Well, to be honest with you, recently I want to change jobs, right? And well, this new job is actually paying me a lot less than my previous one. Which, I know, it is a bit strange and all that, but I told you before that the benefits are better.
I think you told me you're going to this place to take more time off work, or have the ability to at least, right? Wasn't it something about how you could take time off work because your wife is working a great job and her income would be able to support you two for a little bit now? And you followed that up with saying you both have good savings, so you didn't have to worry about being off work.
And that's the way things should have been, but, well, Trina ended up quitting her job without asking me about it first.
What? Trina did that? Why would she do something like that? Was there something wrong with the company she'd been working at?
It's not that there was something wrong there. She just had the wrong idea of things and accidentally quit.
Huh? Wrong idea of things?
She assumed that since I was moving to a different job, my pay would be better there. So she thought that with me getting a new job, I was also being paid another couple grand or so every year. So she believed that this was her chance to finally become the housewife she's always dreamed of becoming.
What's up with that?
She's always told me about how much she wanted to stay at home, but I've only ever been making base pay at my job, so that was never possible for her. So she must have thought that the reason I was changing jobs was to get a better salary for her to be able to leave her job.
That's just terrible!
And actually, for the longest time now, I left her in charge of handling payments on the house and for food. So when I took a look at our savings, there was nothing in there. We haven't had anything in our accounts for months now, I think.
You don't even have a penny in your savings account? You're joking, right? You both have been working jobs and don't even have kids, yet there's no money in your savings account? There's really nothing in there?
We have both done a terrible job at holding on to our money. I have tried my best not to overspend on things, but maybe somewhere along the way I went a little overboard? I'm sure it has something to do with me not checking my bank accounts enough. I hate this!
Not checking your bank accounts?
Just know that right now, I don't make as much as I used to, and Trina is without a job. And since we have no savings, we can't afford to live here anymore. So please, Mom, can you let the two of us come and live with you just until we have enough money to move out again?
Well, if this is all that's happened to you, I have no other choice. Your room is still open in this house, so the two of you come back here and stay as long as you need. I'm your mom, after all, so I'll do what I can to help.
Thank you. We'll get all of our things together then, and move back to your place. I'm so sorry if this is causing you any trouble, Mom.
Hey! Trina, what the hell is this? Why have you asked for a remodeling company to come into my house without asking me first?
I don't like living in an old house like this one, so I'm thinking of having them take out the old wooden flooring and add in some soft, fresh carpeting. Why are you sending all of those men away now? I just had to go all the way to their company and say sorry to all of them for what you've done. It's all your fault, Dorothy, for being so selfish about this house.
Huh? What do you mean I'm being selfish about my house? This is my house, Trina. You are not supposed to be asking for someone to come in and remodel someone else's house.
What are you talking about? Starting today, the house is supposed to be our house.
What?
How long did you think you could keep acting like this place is only your house for? Stop trying to be a selfish old grandma about this old place that we're all living in now.
Hold on a second, Trina. What are you trying to say right now? This is still my house right now. You guys were having some financial troubles before this, so I was being kind and letting the two of you stay here until you got back on your feet.
What was that? Oh my. I believe you've started to have signs of dementia now, Dorothy. Oh, believing something like that to be true?
Huh? Believing what?
This is your son Axel's house now. When your husband had passed away, he planned on giving this house to your son. But your son is such a nice man that he decided to let you stay in the house since you aren't making any money anymore. However, it looks to me like you didn't get the memo and think that this place has always been yours.
Trina, all of this about my husband giving Axel the house and allowing me to stay in it. Did Axel tell you all of this?
He would never tell me all the small details about your husband's will and all of that, right? But normally the deceased man's house is always given to his son. And Axel is the only son of your household, right? So after your husband passed away, it's only natural that he gave this house to Axel and wanted him to live here.
In other words, that's what you've led yourself to believe?
You're the only one that's led yourself to believing lies. That house isn't even yours, yet you think that it is and keep telling everyone that with confidence. I don't want you forgetting this time that we're the ones allowing you to stay here, not the other way around. And from today, we, the ones who own the house, are going to start living in it again.
What should I do about this? You seem to not want to listen to me.
The next time I have people over to remodel the house, you better not tell them to leave. If you do, I will not forgive you, okay? Allow me to make this place as perfect as I can for myself so I can actually enjoy living here. This house is under Axel's name after all, and as his wife, that makes this place mine as well.
Hello? Why is the front door locked now? Hurry up and let me back into the house.
Nope, you're not coming back into this house. I have had it up to here with you, Dorothy. And so I'm having you moved out of this house today. I'll be throwing all your things out of the house one by one, so grab them all and leave.
I'm not messing around anymore, Trina. Why do I have to be the one to leave my own house at the will of you?
Stop all of that, you old goof. This place is not your house, and you need to stop believing in all those lies you led yourself into believing. This is the house that your son was given when his father died. In other words, it's both his and my house. Yet, because of his crappy old mother, I'm not able to get any contractors in here to start remodeling the place.
Huh?
Anytime I've asked them to come in and tear out the flooring or repaint the walls, you tell them to stop what they're doing and get out. I'm really starting to believe that you have something out for me, and that's why you're not letting me have my way in my house. So I've had enough of this BS where I have to let my stupid mother-in-law live with me.
Why are you trying to act like the victim here? You're the one that's trying to break apart my beautiful home. I'm allowed to stop you from doing that to my home, so that's what you're witnessing. Now, will you stop acting like a complete buffoon and leave my house be?
You are the worst. I really want them to come in and tear up this house so that I can have a gorgeous new home. I've finally become a housewife and everything and need a wonderful home to complement me. I want a house where I can sit at home all day and do nothing.
Huh? Wait a second. Trina, you think you're still allowed to be a housewife right now? Aren't you aware that the money Axel is making now is less than what he was bringing in before?
Well, if he's not making as much as before, he just needs to work harder to get it back up. He should just work more every week to make up for that loss, right?
What? You understand the reason why Axel changed jobs in the first place, right? Before, he wasn't able to get any time off at the previous company and had to work all the time. At certain points, he was working 60-hour work weeks. So that's why he left that place and joined a new company that allowed him to take some time off. Why Why would he go to a new company allowing him to work less just to have to start working more hours again? There's no reasoning in that.
But I don't want to work anymore. I didn't get the wrong idea of anything. Rather, I just got tired of working. And now that I'm a housewife, finally, I am not giving it up.
What?
Ever since I was a little girl, I've always dreamed of the day I could become a housewife. I wanted to become a wife who could wait all day in her cozy home for her husband to get home. And now that that dream has come true for me, I'm not going back to work.
Yet now that you're home all day, you still don't do any of the chores for him.
Well, that's because I hate doing chores. That's why I'm not going to put too much effort into the place. I'm going to have a beautiful house to lay in all day as I wait for my husband to return home.
Excuse me?
But as long as you're in this house, that dream will not come true. You keep acting like this is your house due to you becoming senile or something, right? And you keep kicking out all the contractors I asked to come in, causing me a real headache. So I can no longer allow you to get in my way anymore. You senile old geezer need to get out of my house.
We're the ones that are getting kicked out of this house.
Huh?
I got a call from my mom. If she came back home from work to be here? What the hell is going on here? Who the hell do you think you are, saying something like that to my mom, asking her to leave her house?
You're asking me who I think I am? I'm the wife who owns this house with you. Who does she think she is? She says that this house is supposed to be hers, even though it's meant for you and me. You were the one that got this house from your dad in his will. So go and tell her to get out of this house if she's going to act this way towards us.
You stop all of that right now. How many times do I have to explain this to you before you understand what's going on? This house is the place that Mom got from Dad in his will. The land and the house, all of it are hers now. Her name is on all of it if you'd like to look that up.
What?
Right now, we should be on our hands and knees thanking her for allowing us to stay here. Yet, it's only been a few days since we moved in here, and you're already asking for trouble from her. Well, I'm not going to let you cause any more trouble. We are going to hurry up and get all our things together and get out of this house.
Wait, hold on a minute. What? Axel? What are you even talking about? You don't have to keep acting all nice towards your mother like that. You are the one and only son of this family, and this is your house, right? When your father was passing away, he gave this house to you, right?
I'm asking you to please tell me what's made you think that. Are you trying to tell me that where you're from, that's the normal thing that happens? Well, even if it is, I'm sorry, but my dad didn't leave me anything in his will. He didn't give me the house, or the land, or even the money. Instead, asking that it go all to his wife.
Huh?
That's why I'm not sure how many more times I'll have to say this, but it's all my mom's. I had to ask her with every bit of my soul to allow us to come back and live here with her.
Huh? Is that right? I just assumed that you were being a really nice son to make sure that she had a place to live and all that. And that's why this time I wanted her out of the house for being such a jerk. I just thought that every time she told me she was the owner of this house, she was lying to me.
I'm getting tired of you trying to act like this is our house and that she's the one lying. You already started this whole process off with a bad step, as you thought me changing jobs just meant my salary would increase. And so instead of talking with me first about it, you just left your job at that company. And now your next step is trying to kick my mom out of her own house because you think it's yours?
What the heck? It's not my fault that I had the wrong idea about all of this. They always talk about this stuff online and on the news, right? Saying for people to change their jobs for better pay and all that. I didn't think that you going to a different job would mean you'd make less money per month.
I told you about that so many times though. I said that my new job would pay me less and we might have to make do with that in some way. But as a result of that, I'd get more time off work and would be able to spend more time with you. Did you listen to a dang word I was telling you all those times?
Well...
You didn't listen to crap, right? You heard me say I was getting a new job, and that in your head translated to you being a housewife and being able to relax all the time. You don't want to work anymore, and just want to spend all day sitting around at home. You've always been talking about that, right? I'm going to open the lock to the front door right now, and when I'm inside, both you and I are packing up our things and leaving. Before you cause any more problems for my mom, I'm going to have the two of us leave her place.
I don't want to leave, though. I am not leaving this house, whether you want me to or not. I'll open up the door for you, but I will not be leaving this house.
Excuse me?
Listen! I've already bragged to everyone about this house now. And I told them all that because you found a new job, I can finally be a housewife. And I even bragged about how we would be remodeling your whole house to make it more cozy for me. I am not going to turn around and have to tell all of them that we had to leave this place.
I'm surprised to see that you think you're in the place to talk to me like that. It's all because of you that we're being kicked out.
Even if that's the case, it's impossible for me to leave now. Also, it's not just that I bragged to everyone about it. I already signed that contract having the company come in to remodel the place. Having the whole place remodeled will cost $150,000. And I've already paid over $15,000 in advance.
What?
That's why I'm telling you that leaving this house is not possible. If I leave right now, that $15,000 will vanish. And I don't even have any savings, so I was planning to pay it off with some loans.
Hey. Hold on a second. To think that you've gone this far off the rails.
I thought that having a beautiful new home for us would make you happy as well, right? That's why I already started with signing that contract and everything for us. You and I can still live here, and we can get your mom to forgive me. Then everything can go back to normal, right?
I am so far gone now from all the crap that you've just told me that I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Mom and I will go find a hotel somewhere and stay the night there. When all of us have calmed down a bit, we could start from square one again.
It's been a little bit now, Trina. Have you calmed down a little now?
Dorothy! I'm so sorry for having the wrong idea about everything this whole time. I will apologize to you for everything that's happened. So please, don't kick me out of the house. If you do that, then the $15,000 I handed over will go to waste. And all of the things I've told my friends will be lies.
Calm down, Trina. I've understood everything that's gone on here and taken some time to think about it. I think I've had enough, and will give you that house now.
What?
And then I'll leave that house like you've been asking me. That should make you happy, right?
Are you for real? You're going to give the house to us now?
Well, you told us that you'd never leave the house, right? And I understand not wanting to waste all the money you've already put into the place. At this point, the only option for me is to leave the house.
Thank you so much, Dorothy! You seem to understand me a lot more than I first thought you would. Once we have the house completely remodeled, you can come over to hang out with us anytime you want.
I don't think I will. I've planned on moving somewhere far away, so it'd take me some time to come to you.
Where are you planning on moving to now? You seem like the kind of woman that would love to move to the countryside and live the rest of your life stress-free.
That's right. I'll be going out to your parents' house to live there. I'll be out in the countryside there, and they said they'd look after me from now on.
Huh? You'll be moving out to my parents' house?
I feel like me talking to you about the reason for this would never get through that thick skull of yours. Actually, just yesterday I was over with your parents talking to them. I told them that their daughter had stolen my house from me, and then asked them how they'd repay me for that.
What did you say?
Your parents were left speechless when I brought that up to them, but they were mature enough to get on their hands and knees and apologize to me. I'm so sorry about my stupid daughter, is what your dad told me. And then they told me I'd be allowed to live with them. What a great idea from the both of them. They said they'd throw all your things out of your old room and have me move into it.
Huh?
And on top of all that, they'll be treating me like the house is a bed and breakfast. I also told them that while you were staying in my house, you never did any chores or anything to help out. So in exchange for that, they'll be doing all the chores for me as another way of apologizing for that. They said they'd be taking responsibility for everything you had done to me.
You're lying, right?
You really did nothing for me while in my house. Things like your laundry, cleaning your room, and cooking for you. You asked me to do all of it. And each time you told me to do it for you, you said you'd handle it the next time. Like those days where I would make dinner for you, but you'd say that you weren't in the mood for meat or fish and tell me to make you something else. Do you want me to start saying things like that to your parents for you?
That's all crap, right? Wait, you're going way too far with this. I'm not playing games anymore, you old geezer hag.
Oh?
Getting my parents involved in all of this is just not okay. And the fact that they took apart my room in that house for you to stay? Asking them to take care of you like you're one of their kids?
I love that you're telling me not to do something like this after doing the exact same thing at my house. You asked for me to do everything for you when I was already giving you a roof to sleep under. And when you had enough of me, forced me out of the house because you thought it was all yours to keep.
Well, that was...
You can go ahead and keep that house to yourself now. Go ahead and remodel it all you want. But I'm going to do the same to your parents' house now. I'm going to act like a spoiled brat, just like you, and have it all my way here. I'll even make sure to have contractors in here next week to start working on remodeling the place.
Shut the hell up! And stop all of that!
Then can you shut the hell up and leave my house? Telling me that you hate having the tables turned on yourself like this. Did you never learn in school not to do things you dislike to others?
What should I do? My parents are starting to blow up my phone with messages. My parents are both very strict about how they handle things. They are definitely going to be furious with me this time.
That's right, and I'm just as furious as they are. I might look as though I'm calm right now, but deep inside me, there is a fire burning and it's going to overflow really soon.
It's not my fault that all of this is happening.
I told your parents they raised a really great girl. Quitting her job without talking to her husband about it first and not being good at any kinds of chores. And that you've never saved any of your earned money. You can't do any chores, nor do you want to, and your dream is to become a housewife? I told them that your dream has come true. And when I did that, they both blew up.
You've only gone and made them more upset with me. My parents are going to never let this go now. What should I be doing here? They just told me they're coming here today to see me? I can tell right now they will both drag me back to their place with them.
Then how about today we all go and meet up at my house? I want to get all my things together in order to move into your parents' house. Make sure to leave the door unlocked for all of us. Now, I'll be seeing you very soon. After that, Trina's parents went into my house and her mother laid a great punch on her daughter's face before her and her husband dragged her back to their house. And for the time being, they will both be retraining their daughter to become a proper adult. According to the rumors, she was forced to start working for a family member's company. And she'll be working there until she's made the $15,000 she needs to pay off the contractors. And that company she's now a part of happens to be a remodeling company, where she can work hours upon hours remodeling other houses the way she had always dreamed of having done for herself. And while that's all been happening, my son has been putting in a lot of work in his new company, trying to make enough money to move on with things. He's already started talking to me about how he wants to divorce Trina, and that's why he needs all the money he can get to move out of my house and leave here. No matter how well she is retrained into being a good person, she will have no place back in this family ever again. And when it comes to her dreams of being a housewife, well, she can just kiss all of them goodbye, because there is no way she'll ever be able to make that dream come true after her parents have finished their work on her.